So we've got the BMW i5 M60. I is going to mean that it's going to be electric. M60 means it's going to be a little bit more sporty. As you can see, those seats are going to be freaking sweet. I love the white. I love the pattern on it. I think that's fun. Flat bottom steering wheel, going to be a little more sporty. Watch those green lines. They're going to change throughout the whole interior. That whole interior changes that color. I don't like how this is all that piano black type of stuff. It's going to show fingerprints. You can see his fingerprints on it right there. Cool stuff. A huge screen. I love how everything's kind of going that way with that big screen going across the front. Hyundai Kia are doing that too, where it's going to be the whole piece covering that whole front. Takes care of everything that way. Back seat also still has that beautiful stitching on the seats. As you can see, it has your little peasant blockers there to block out the sun and the peasants from looking in your car. And I think it's kind of a cool color. What do you guys think? Alright, so this is a drag race between the Lotus Electra R all-wheel drive and the Lamborghini Urus all-wheel drive. Lotus doesn't have 900 and something horsepower. Lamborghini has like 660. So as you see, with them both being all-wheel drive, they're going to hook up pretty good in the rain. But an all-wheel drive electric car, there's just no way you're going to catch it on a drag race. And that's being seen across the board as far as all-wheel drive electric cars go. And it's just, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it should almost be in their own little group. You have electric cars with electric cars, have gas cars with gas cars. At this point, electric is so good and they win quite frequently. Should we even keep them with normal gas cars, or should they start their own little group? All right, guys, this is going to be a prototype Audi, and what I like to do with prototypes is look at them and think, okay, there's going to be one part of this that's going to go forward, one part that's going to happen in the future. I think it's going to be this center console that's going to slide in and out. Not the steering wheel, that's going to be a legal issue. Dash, maybe, they already have one that goes up and down, but I think it's going to be that center console that goes in and out. I guarantee you are saying these German car brands incorrectly. So everybody knows the whole Porsche type of thing. I prefer Porsche because I think Porsche sounds pretentious, but of course everybody says, well, the way the Germans say it is Porsche. That is correct. However, with Volkswagen, Germans do not say W's, they put V's where W's are. So it's not Volkswagen, it's Volkswagen. It gets even more complicated. BMW, Germans do not pronounce W's, which means BMW is BMW. So, depends on how deep down the rabbit hole you want to get. If you want to say Porsche, and you get mad at people for not saying Porsche, you should also be saying BMW. What do you think? Alright guys, one of my favorite Audis, Audi RS7. I love on the 7s that they have that roof line slope down there. What do you guys think? Like it? Not so much. Alright, so we've got the BMW i5 M60. I is going to mean that it's going to be electric. M60 means it's going to be a little bit more sporty. As you can see, those seats are going to be freaking sweet. I love the white. I love the pattern on it. I think that's fun. Flat bottom steering wheel, going to be a little more sporty. Watch those green lines. They're going to change throughout the whole interior. That whole interior changes that color. I don't like how this is all that piano black type of stuff. It's going to show fingerprints. You can see his fingerprints on it right there. Cool stuff. A huge screen. I love how everything's kind of going that way with that big screen going across the front. Hyundai Kia are doing that too, where it's going to be the whole piece covering that whole front. Takes care of everything that way. Back seat also still has that beautiful stitching on the seats. As you can see, it has your little peasant blockers there to block out the sun and the peasants from looking in your car. And I think it's kind of a cool color. What do you guys think?
How you like that?
Look how freaking sweet this thing is. It's a new Rivian R2. It's going to be a smaller SUV version of the Rivian SUV. 5 rows, starting off $45,000. Base, 2-wheel drive, 330 miles of range.
Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to.
military vehicle. We received the fancier version in 2002, and here are a few people who own them. Kylie Jenner, Megan Fox, this teenager who just got his license, Kris Jenner, of course she has one, Plastic Face Man, Gwendolyn Stefani, this lady who we know but don't know her real name, and Lizzie McGuire, just to name a few. Subscribe for part 2. We're going to talk about trim options, horsepower, price, and the next G-Wagon. Aston Martin DB12, let's take a little look. The DB12 is a GT car meant for touring, not for racing. Base MSRP is $245,000, 0 to 63.5 seconds. The DB12 now has a V8 twin turbo instead of a V12. This is offered in automatic because it's a touring car. Please subscribe so I can make more videos, otherwise I have to sell pictures of my feet. I love their crab claw tail lights. Look at those things. I also love the big gaping mouth and the eyeballs on the front end. This is a new channel, so please let me know how I can get better. Thanks.
Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to.
Toyota's Grand Highlander. It's going to be built off of the same platform as the normal Highlander, which is great because usually when you get into cars this big, they're going to be built onto truck frames like the Suburban, like the Excursion, stuff like that. They're going to be built onto a truck frame, body on frame, which means it's going to feel rough. They have some suspension tweaks they can do to make it feel softer, but this is going to be a unibody, just like the other Highlander, and it's going to be nice and soft. All right, here we have the Mercedes Maybach S-Class. Starting off around $200,000. I think this is important because I was looking up the repair cost on these because normally they're very expensive. And they're about $12,000 a year in repair costs, which isn't bad. What do you think? Aston Martin Valkyrie V12 Hybrid, 1,140 horsepower, $3 million. 150 of them are made. Body's full carbon fiber, no metal. All right, guys. Well, Lamborghini got a new logo. Let's take a little look. The old one is bright. It was vibrant. Everything looked great. The new one's kind of bland, kind of dull, which isn't terrible. They said the restyling is driven by a new strategy that involves adapting the brand's visual expression to better reflect the brave, unexpected, and authentic values of its mission, namely driving humans beyond. I don't know how that has anything to do with what this was talking about. However, I do love this new logo. This is going to be their media logo. They mainly use it for X. I think it looks great. I'm a big fan of monochromatic anyways, but I think it looks pretty awesome. Make sure you subscribe because the next video is going to be why they use the bull in all the Lamborghini logos. Alright guys, here we have the Ferrari Purosangue. I don't speak Italian, but that does translate into thoroughbred. Pretty clever Ferrari. But basically what it is that Ferrari is calling it an FUV, a Ferrari utility vehicle, because I think SUV kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, especially for somebody like Ferrari. Those two back doors are going to be suicide doors. They're open up back this way compared to the opposite of the front doors that way. So it's going to be a four-door Ferrari. It has the V12 in the front, optional all-wheel drive, starting off right around $400,000. I kind of like it. I kind of like it because to me it reminds me of the older clown shoe Ferrari FF. I'm not sure if you remember that one, kind of like a sleeker hatchback. If we're being realistic blah, for being realistic here, this isn't an SUV, this is a crossover. But I like it. All right, guys, here's a cool one. Hyundai Ioniq 5N. The N means it's going to be the sport version, kind of like their performance division over there at Hyundai. It's going to go 0 to 60 in about 3.25 seconds. It's going to be $67,000, and it's going to have all-wheel drive, so it's pretty cool. It's a cool little car. It looks a little funky. Some parts look kind of like the new GTI. This back quarter panel you're going to see right coming up. Please hold. Right there. That's definitely GTI to me. Let me know, though. What do you think about it? Would you rather spend your money on this or get a Tesla Model 3 Performance? Let me know. All right, guys, this is the BYD Song. This is going to be from the company who used to make EV batteries. Now they make their own cars. They sold more cars than Volkswagen did in China, and they sold more EV cars worldwide than Tesla did last year. So they're going to be a big company. Berkshire Hathaway purchased a lot of their shares recently, so that's a good sign. I hope they put some pressure on Tesla. I hope it forces Tesla to be a little bit better. Tesla's panel gaps and everything are kind of concerning. This one's going to be $30,000 to $39,000. Hope it works out. Competition is great. Subscribe for more car information. All right, guys. Pagani Huayra, MSRP $1.4 million, where they start off at. But it makes sense because these a lot of exotic materials like carbon fiber. You've got titanium. They even mix it together and call it carbotanium in some spots. They use Mercedes AMG V12s in this one, twin turbo. Beautiful car. Subscribe if you want to hear more about cars like this. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, this is the Kia EV9, and this is a very important vehicle because this is going to be the cheapest way you can get into a 3-row full electric SUV. Otherwise, the next one, expensive one, is going to be the Rivian R1S, and that is going to be expensive, right around $78,000, right around there. Crazy expensive. But the good thing about having the Kia is that if there's any problems with it, take it to the Kia dealership, you'll be good to go. They still have their 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which is great. Whereas with the Rivian, I've heard Rivian owners having some problems with them getting actually fixed. If you're not by a Rivian dealership, you're out of luck. They're going to send a little truck to come tow you back to the dealership, and you'll be good to go that way. But really, not easy to get fixed. So for the price, kind of hard to say no to that Kia. Subscribe for more information on some fancy cars. Thanks. All right, everybody, this is the Koenigsegg Jesko. He named it after his dad. This is going to be the key fob inside that carbon fiber case. I'm not sure how much this exact key cost, but they made one previously with platinum and diamonds, and the key fob alone cost $250,000. But then again, the car is $3.4 million, so, what do you think? All right, this is going to be a special one, guys. This is going to be a Maybach, or Maybach, however you pronounce it. Let me know how you pronounce it. Variant of a Mercedes S-Class. Basically, this is going to be, this company that Mercedes owns is going to take a normal S-Class, and it's going to spice it up a little bit. You can throw some more tuning in there and make it have a little more horsepower. You can make things a little more fancy. I'm not sure why you would need to dress up an S-Class, but I guess if you own countries, then you might as well do it, because it'll be base. They start off around $250,000, so it's a lot of money. And just think of the person who owns this as somebody who was driving around in their original Mercedes thinking, you know what, there's got to be something nicer than this Mercedes. What can I do? Well, Maybach's for them. You didn't know that in order to buy one of the 210 produced LaFerrari Apertas right here, you had to also buy the original LaFerrari, of which there were only 500 made. Guys, I just saw my first Tesla Cybertruck. I was going straight at it. It was coming this way. So I got a good look at it from the front, good look at it from the back. Not a very good look at it from the side, but yikes. It looks pretty homemade, honestly. If that just were to show up and didn't have a Tesla badge on it, I guarantee you it would not be sold out. What do you think? Okay, this is another Asian market Toyota Sienna custom van. This is going to be the opposite of the previous one I showed you. I'll have a link to the other one below the description. Tell me which one you like, this lighter one or the darker one previous. Tell me. Okay, Porsche 911 GT3 RS, just a hair under 300,000 in this Weisash model, and that's going to be a special model named after the city in which most of Porsche's R&D is going to be done in to make things faster. It's going to have a little more carbon fiber on it, a little faster, a little lighter. Okay, this one's kind of cool. It's a 911 Sport Classic. It's going to be a turbo, rear-wheel drive manual, and it's actually the most powerful manual that they make right now. Two beautiful Ferraris. Look at that. So this one right here is going to be a Ferrari Daytona SP3. That one's going to be a Ferrari Monza SP1. This one is not street legal. MSRP $1.8 million. The other one $2.3 million. One on the right is not street legal in the US. Both have the same V12. Woo! All right, this is the 2025 Toyota Camry. I'm pretty excited about this because I like the look of the Camrys. The past 3 generations have done actually really well, style-wise. I think they look really good. And I'm excited to see them around because we're going to see them around a lot more than the other Ferraris and stuff that I was doing videos about. So I'm kind of excited to see this one. They did a good job. They did great. Starting off at $28,000, you can add all-wheel drive for $1,500. On top of that, if you'd like to, and of course they're going to have that 4-cylinder hybrid option on all of them. Here's another beautiful van. This is going to be a Mercedes Sprinter type. So basically it's going to be a step up from a minivan, but I love it because they can really customize these with all the space on the inside to do some really cool stuff like that. But that one looks kind of like a hearse. What do you guys think? All right, Ferrari Portofino. Think of this as the newer Ferrari California. It's going to be faster, 50 horsepower more, just shy of 600 horsepower. Twin turbo V8 in the front, rear wheel drive, seating for 4. All right, guys, this is going to be a fancy modified version of the Asian market Toyota Sienna. I couldn't see exactly what name it was. They have a few different names for it. But look at all that customization in there. I think it's kind of cool. Would you guys ride around in there? What do you think? This is the BMW 3.0 CSL. It's going to be a 50-year anniversary car. Only 50 will be made. CSL stands for Competition Sport Lightweight now. They changed it. Because there's only 50 made, it will be going for, right now, $1.3 million. Sheesh! BMW M2, beautiful car. It's actually shorter than you'd think in real life. It's 2 inches shorter than the Corolla sedan. Like if you want me to do a video on all the BMW M cars. If not, comment why not. Okay guys, I love this video because this is going to be a prime example of when people say, oh, they don't make it like they used to. Well, thank goodness. You got a 59, I think it's a 59 Bel Air, and it's going to be versus a brand new Impala. So kind of a newer style. And the best part about it is you can see that older car just gets annihilated. And here's me the in-car view, which is going to be the best part. So here's the deal. The newer cars are going to have what they call crumple zones. And this is going to be why it's very important to have that newer car. Because as you can see, the front half is going to be destroyed. The car's done. It's ruined. It's over. But you're safe on the inside. With that airbag and with those sections of the car called the crumple zone that are meant to be destroyed and absorb most of the impact, you're going to be safe and you're going to live. Not in the old one. What do you guys think of these new sports cars and supercars that are now lifting and making them more off-roady? I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's something that that one's been around, that Dakar's been around since that Dakar race, but Lamborghini's doing it, Ferrari's doing it. What do you guys think? Is it cool? Is it not cool? I'm happy they're doing it because it's weird, but if you had the money. All right, guys, here's a cool one. Aptera Solar EV. I love it because it is weird looking. I love it because it's not the normal shape. It's not your normal Toyota RAV4, Honda Accord, whatever. If you see this out in the wild, you're going to know that something is different. And I'm excited to see this out in the wild, hopefully. We'll see if I ever get to see one. But I'm glad they exist. I'm glad that enough people are tired of seeing boring cars. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to get some more information on crazy cool cars like this. Thanks. Check this one out, guys. Aptera Solar EV. I think it's right around $35,000. It's cool because it's so weird. And I'm glad that they make things like this. I'm glad there's still companies out there who make these. And it's not just RAV4s and Corollas everywhere and Honda Accords. They're great cars, but we need something like this to kind of keep the industry on its toes. I think it's awesome. Awesome because it's weird. So keep it coming. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel to get some more information about cool and weird cars like this. Tesla, the manufacturer of the world's fastest appliances, has another issue here, QC. They're saying that that pedal right there is going to slide off and get jammed underneath. You're going to be going full throttle into a wall. So if you see one, get out of the way. This is the Range Rover Defender. This is the 110 version. They have a 90, 110, 130. So basically middle of the road there. The 90s have 2 doors. The 110s and 130s have 4 doors. That's kind of an easy way to tell. Beautiful car. SUV. It starts off just under $95,000. They're narrower than you would imagine. Think of more like a Ford Bronco and less of a Chevy Tahoe. Look at this beautiful car here, $400,000, Rolls-Royce Wraith, twin turbo V12. It's not the fastest, 0 to 60, 4.4, so pretty respectable. Very elegant, very beautiful car. Not built for speed, built to look good, and it does it very well. Blue interior, what do you think? Okay guys, here's a cool one. So this is a Lamborghini STO Huracan. STO stands for Super Trofeo Omologato. In English, that means it's a Super Trophy Homologation, which means that this Lamborghini was made specifically for a racing class that just those cars are going to be racing in. Kind of cool, kind of weird. Love that yellow and blue though. What do you guys think? Subscribe for some more car information. Alright guys, let's take a look at this Porsche. This is going to be a Carrera 4 GTS. So if you remember from Cars, the movie, Sally the blue car, she was a Carrera GTS. The four-person portion of it is going to mean that it's all-wheel drive. And the Carrera is going to mean that it's going to be one of the more basic 911 models. But the GTS means it's going to be a little more fancy, a little more sporty than the standard one. So it gets kind of confusing with Porsche, but basically think of it as base model 911, a little bit fancier, all-wheel drive. All right, let me help explain something to you guys. I'm sure you've all seen the videos of the Mercedes bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. It's real, and they designed that to help you get unstuck from sand if you're stuck in situations like that where you have no traction. Real, but weird. Mr. Beast hates Lamborghini, or so you might think from some of his videos. Sometimes he's giving them away to people, sometimes he's trying to blow them up, sometimes he's trying to crush them, put them through the shredder, all sorts of crazy stuff. And it's usually just Lamborghini. I think what it is he knows that most of the world thinks Lamborghinis are very expensive, well, because they are. And he knows that people can say, oh, he's destroying an expensive car rather than just a car. Is that right? What do you guys think? Subscribe and let's talk about more cars. Alright guys, here's the new Honda Civic Type R with the new generation. Not a big fan of it. I liked the old one. It was all crazy and jagged and sharp, and I loved it because it was a crazy 300 horsepower manual front-wheel drive car that was fast. Racing seats in it, everything like that. It's going to be crazy fast. It was designed to be that way, and now they have this new style come out, which is just a little more smoother, a little softer. No, I don't know why they did it, because they knew that they were going to make the Acura TL Type S. They knew they were going to make one more conservative. Why did they not keep this one crazy? Why? Why'd they move it? I don't like it. Tell me. What do you guys think? Alright guys, one of my favorite Lamborghini Aventador. This one's the SVJ variant. SV Super Veloce. J means the certain race type it's going to be in. Fantastic sound is 10 out of 10. Comfort, 8 out of 10. Beautiful car. Mwah. Lamborghini only sold 103 cars last year to India, which means that this tuk-tuk and this Lamborghini, that interaction is one of the more rare interactions in the car world in India. People of India, can I get a confirmation on that? Alright guys, here's another third-party company called Mansory, and this one specifically, this Rolls-Royce Phantom that they did, it's going to be $1.2 million. They're basically going to take a normal Rolls-Royce, dress it up a little bit, charge more money for it. Wow. Alright guys, I'm pretty sure we've all seen this video at this point. It's been seen 32 million times. If you look at it, he's got a little key fob, changing the color. That key fob, kind of cool. The best part about this is that it doesn't exist. Come on. Come on guys, really? Story time. So I was driving back from dropping my daughter off at school, and I always pass by the Land Rover Defender. And today we're going the opposite directions, and I saw that little daytime running light, that little ring right there was out. So I was thinking, how much is that going to cost? So I looked into it, and if the whole assembly is blown out, that's $1,700 for the headlight assembly. Whew! If not, if it's just that little ring, that's going to be $190. I don't believe it, but I'll put a little link in the bottom in the comments so you can kind of click on it and see what it is. It's just a little piece of plastic that is lit up on one side, and it shows the light all the way around. It's the weirdest looking thing. 2025 Toyota 4Runner, don't worry, it is still body on frame, it is still 4-wheel drive. However, it did lose its V6. Now it has the option of either a turbo 4-cylinder or a hybrid. So kind of different there, but I am glad that they A, kept 4-wheel drive, B, kept their body on frame design so you can kind of keep it off-road, and we'll see how it goes. Nervous about the turbos. Okay guys, this is something very important you need to know. You have the standard Tesla versus hypercar. Tesla's going to win off the Dig, of course. It's more of a drag car. And then here comes the supercar for the top speed. That's the difference. Acceleration, speed. All right, what does this mean, JDM? You've probably seen that. That means Japanese domestic market. And what that's going to mean is that these cars are made to be driven in Japan on Japanese roads. That is different than a Honda Civic or a Subaru BRZ you would buy here in the States. If it's bought here in the States, meant for the United States, it's a USDM. JDM, meant for Japan. Japanese domestic market. USDM, United States domestic market. If your steering wheel is on the left-hand drive, it's a USDM, or it's not a JDM. If your steering wheel is on the right-hand side, there's a pretty good chance it's JDM. So there you go. Basically, was it meant for Japan, or was it made by a Japanese car company and sent to America? That's USDM. All right, beautiful car here, Ferrari F50 in black, only one of 4 made in the world. Last black one sold for around $3 million. The F50 stands for 50th anniversary of Ferrari. It obviously came after the F40. The F40 had a twin turbo V8. This guy has a V12, which is fantastic. Mike Tyson had one in red. I'm glad this one has the V12 because V12 sound the best. All right, Ferrari F8, $280,000, but we're talking about this little hole right there. That actually takes air from here, puts it up here, gives it downforce in the front. Kind of cool, huh? Carbon fiber is beautiful. It is expensive. You can mold it into about any shape you want it to be in, 5 times stronger than steel. However, on the sharp impact, it will explode. Be careful. Lamborghini Urus SE, that means it's a plug-in hybrid. It's also going to use Audi's 4-liter V8 twin turbo. At what point is it no longer a Lamborghini? All right, big old fat diesel truck here. So as you can see all that black smoke, that's actually unburnt fuel. So they're going to add as much fuel as they can to it in hopes that more gets burnt, because the diesels just add more fuel and it'll make more power. That's just how they work. All right, Lamborghini Chiron, $4 million. Verse, you got a rally car in there for some reason. But also that guy right there, Lamborghini Huracan, that's going to be a twin turbo aftermarket situation. So totaling here about $500,000. So Lamborghini Huracan's $4 million. Get the Lamborghini, save $3.5 million, which is important because you need that $3.5 million to maintain your Mercedes. Share this with your Mercedes friends and write in the comments how they respond. BMW M4 CSL, you don't want this. This is going to be a stripped out race car for the road. Carbon fiber seats, uncomfortable. You're going to have racing slick tires. It'll kill you in the rain. You don't want to deal with that at all. Trash car. Don't buy it.